There's a big hand here, everyone, please. Now I've heard so many things that we're going through a bit of a struggle in Alberta. When you see a room like this, that's absolutely not true. I thank everyone so much for digging into their pockets and helping these Cowboys and Cowgirls. My background is not rodeo. My background is, I have a business background, but racing has been my sport. And I kind of thought we were tough. We'd go down and we'd do some of the NASCAR stuff, and I'd get buckled into that race car and put on those 5-point harnesses and that nice bell helmet and my neck brace and all the gear with the fire suppression systems. And I thought I was a real hero until I met some Cowboys and Cowgirls that are issues that come into our office for our injured Cowboys and Cowgirls. I'm the one that gets to hear the stories and see the hurt and feel the pain that these Cowboys and Cowgirls go through. We've had so many stories where and these are things that you don't get to hear, and so humble. No one is ever upset. They call and they say, "Dan, I just need some help." I remember one particular guy, when I hung up the phone, I just sat there and the tears began to roll down my cheek because he had told me that he was selling his horses and he was selling his truck just so he could survive. When we were able to get Cowboys and Cowgirls money through this tremendous foundation, some of the tweets and the emails that I would get were, "Dan, you saved my home. This fund saved my home." Because a lot of these Cowboys and Cowgirls, they don't just make a living rodeoing. They work the ranch, they work the farm, they travel up and down the roads with oil companies and work in oil and gas and do many, many different things. Rodeo is a passion, but not everybody gets a living. So when they get hurt, that income stops. So thanks so much to everyone in this room. I know the Cowboys that are here and the Cowgirls that have experienced the benefits that come from this great foundation are more than gratified to see you all here. I know they're more than gratified when we call them up and say, "Your application's been approved, the money's on the way." And Laura, if you could just stand up just for a quick second. I got to meet Laura just a couple of weeks ago. We've talked a lot by email. I want to thank Laura so much because our process at Pro Rodeo Canada sometimes can get a bit cumbersome when it comes to applications. We have to wait a month until the board meets, and then they review the application. But I can tell you, when that application is approved by our board, and I email Laura, within a couple of days, they have their money. Laura, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm so proud to represent the best Cowboys and Cowgirls, the best stock contractors, the best contract acts, the best professionals in all of rodeo. You've got a tremendous, our Super Bowl of rodeo, our CFR is coming up in just a few days, and we're so excited. We hope to see each of you there. Remember to give a big cheer for these Cowboys and Cowgirls because they thrive on hearing you clap and hearing you cheer in the stands. I talked to a Cowboy tonight, and he started to tear up as he told me this story. He said, "Dan, you know what? I don't ever get nervous. But a couple of years ago at the CFR, when they started to play that anthem, he said, my heart started to beat out of my chest. He said, I knew this was it. This was the big show." Welcome to the big show. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thank each and every one of you.
That's Mr. Dan Eddy. Thank you very much, Dan. Just a real pleasure to have you with us here this evening. Folks, I meant to earlier on acknowledge our good friends from